This is 7 National News, and in our top story, His Highness Sheikh Dr. Sultan bin Mohammed Al Qasimi, member of the Supreme Council and ruler of Sharjah, has approved the appointment of 583 people on humanitarian and social grounds, and those with disabilities in all departments and agencies of the government of Sharjah. The Human Resources Department submitted a list of the names in line with the ruler's directives. The department referred to the social status of each family, individual, and the extent of the need to raise the level of income for the individuals so that they are able to live a dignified life. Accordingly, His Highness Sheikh Sultan endorsed their appointment as per their educational qualifications and the needs of departments and agencies. NRS International has published the results of a survey which gauged the level of humanitarian efforts amongst UAE residents, revealing that this is the second year in a row where the UAE is named the biggest donor of foreign aid, with 18 billion dirhams or 1.26% of gross national income. The newly released study was commissioned by NRS International to mark World Refugee Day today, which is recognized globally on June 20th each year. It aimed to gain a deeper understanding of the attitudes and commitment of UAE residents to international humanitarian causes. The study was conducted in early June 2016 by YouGov Market Research and revealed that 73% of UAE residents confirmed that they had contributed to international humanitarian causes in the past year, either by donating money or goods or through voluntary work. It was also reported that 80% of UAE residents expect to contribute to such causes in the coming year. 86% cited the importance and urgency of contributions to support the plight of the millions of people who have been displaced by war, disaster, and humanitarian crises.
What we see is that the UAE is the top GCC country and ranking very high on the World Global Giving Index. And that is not only about money, but it's also about helping a stranger or again, voluntary work and charitable donations. So they rank very high on the global index. The UN Refugee Agency, UNHCR, released its latest figures today on World Refugee Day. And unfortunately, the global forced displacement figures has reached an ultimate high of 65 million people who are displaced around the world. That is 1 in every 113 human beings globally. That is very high. And just to give you another example, every single minute, 24 people are forced to flee their homes currently.
Additionally, 1 in 4 people living in the UAE were found to have family or friends affected by natural disaster or humanitarian crisis. Despite this direct exposure to the effects of such emergencies, the majority of respondents either underestimated or were unaware of the true scale of the current humanitarian crisis, the most serious since the end of World War II. A staggering 60 million people, representing 1 in every 122 humans, is now either a refugee, internally displaced, or seeking asylum. NRS International, which is a developer and manufacturer of relief items such as refugee tents, blankets, kitchen sets, mosquito nets, and solar lights, sold 42 million relief essentials to UN and aid agencies to alleviate the suffering of 75 million people globally in 2014 to 2015.
We, as a private sector actor in the humanitarian community, believe that there is a pivotal role to play for businesses. And what we do is we innovate a lot, and we put a lot of our resources into research and development to create better products to provide and to protect refugees. One brilliant example is that we worked on a fire retardant solution for many years to create tents, family tents, as you see behind me, that are not flammable and that don't go up in flames. Because until a year ago, all these tents, once they lit fire, within 30 seconds, they were gone. And we decided to take our responsibility and to put our knowledge and expertise to finding a solution, which is now implemented and adopted by the aid agencies. And we also shared that with our competitors to make camps safer. Well, the UAE government is absolute an aid champion, and there are various initiatives here. And as an individual, I would highlight two possibilities. One is to sign the petition hashtag with refugees today to mark World Refugee Day and to make the governments accountable for their contribution towards solving these crises and alleviate suffering. And the second brilliant initiative that's currently happening in the UAE is the National Reading Campaign, endorsed by Sheikh Mohammed bin Rashid. And that aims at distributing 5 million books throughout the world, of which 2 million books go to refugee camps.
Dubai Police's Command and Control Room recorded 7,273 accidents in 15 days since the beginning of Ramadan on June 6th. Police officials stated that out of the accidents, 26 were of serious nature, and they added that speeding and reckless driving by some motorists just before iftar and not leaving a safe distance between vehicles has increased the number of accidents and intensified their severity. The operations room also received 72,322 calls in the same period. Police are again urging motorists to be careful when they are driving and ensure their path is clear before proceeding, especially in residential areas and areas where it is common for pedestrians to cross. Due to the high number of calls being experienced, police are also reminding people to only call 999 for emergencies and 901 for any other non-urgent questions, concerns, or requests. The National Center for Meteorology and Seismology has reiterated its warnings about the dust-laden wind and poor visibility in most parts of the country. In a statement, the center warned of a continuation of the dusty conditions experienced today through to Tuesday, with an increase of humidity and possibility of light fog in the morning. It also indicated that the sea will be rough sometimes to the west in the Arabian Gulf and moderate in the Oman Sea, while Wednesday will be humid with the possibility of some light fog in the morning and formation of clouds in the east and south. The UAE Ministry of Economy visited Emirates Cooperative Society's Al Tawar branch today to inspect food prices during Ramadan, while also urging consumers to get in touch with their Consumer Protection Center for any proposals or comments. During the inspection campaign today, Dr. Hashim Al-Naimi, the director of the ministry's Consumer Protection Department, and representatives of the Dubai Economic Development briefly toured the market, checking on food prices to ensure that they meet the needs of consumers during the holy month of Ramadan. While visiting the Al Tawar branch of Emirates Cooperative Society, Dr. Hashim stated that the ministry held meetings with various retailers and suppliers of essential food items such as rice, oil, flour, milk, meat, fruits, and vegetables, urging them to maintain sufficient stock of their products. As part of their inspection campaign, the ministry is set to make over 400 visits in total, specifically during Ramadan. While taking note of a healthy competition that exists between various malls during Ramadan, Emirates Cooperative Society, which is a chain of 6 hypermarkets and supermarkets in Dubai, had earlier announced 15 to 65% discounts on over 1,500 items for customers in 2 phases during Ramadan.
I found all the items available and no any shorts for any item for Ramadan. And I checked a lot of price. It is a very fair price for the consumer. No an increase what price what the high consumer agree before Ramadan. And also a lot of items, it is very good to price also. I hope also from the consumer, when you have any comment, any case, any claim, to communication with the Ministry of Economy at call center.
We check all the prices. If there is increase in the prices, we have to cooperate with the Ministry of Economy to fix some prices, depend on the committee who fixed that prices before. And we follow also the offer and the co-op for the consumer. If there is an offer, supposed to be the offer reasonable, supposed to be the offer supposed to be also real offer. Okay, before Ramadan, how much is it, and now how much is it? And the offer is supposed to be. Sometime maybe you will pick up something, and when you will go to the cashier, you see there's a different prices. There is a procedure for the economic department about that one. We received some complaint about this issue also, but until now, with this visit with our inspector in the market, we see everything is reasonable.
We ensure in Emirates Cooperative Society the integrity factor. So we're open with the customer, we listen to them, we talk to them, and then we're closely watching the market. So we are watching the competition on daily basis, maybe half daily basis, and we're ensuring that Emirates Cooperative Society is having the best prices. When we say the best prices, doesn't mean that we are the lowest, but it is ensuring that we have an integrity policy, that we don't play with prices. So if somebody playing with prices and reducing one item, and at the same time he's raising other items, we don't do this policy, because our policy are based on integrity.
The Sheikh Zayed Grand Mosque in Abu Dhabi has received 347,895 worshippers in the first 10 days of the month of Ramadan, according to official visitor figures. Always a popular destination for residents and visitors to the UAE, Sheikh Zayed Grand Mosque is the UAE's largest and most renowned. Its construction was ordered by the late UAE President, His Highness Sheikh Zayed bin Sultan Al Nahyan, who commissioned architects from all over the globe to design the mosque, which is inspired by Persian, Mughal, and Moorish mosque architecture. To accommodate the large numbers of worshippers this Ramadan, the mosque's management has set up 12 air-conditioned tents on the premises, with each accommodating up to 1,500 people each night. Recently this year, Sheikh Zayed Grand Mosque was ranked the world's second favorite landmark in a list compiled by TripAdvisor, beating iconic wonders such as Taj Mahal, the Eiffel Tower, and outranked only by the ancient Incan site of Machu Picchu in Peru. And finally, in the bulletin, Emirates Airline, the largest operator of the Airbus A380 aircraft, has released the world's first 360 video tour of an A380 cockpit. The video tour features the plane's captain and Emirati first officer as they give an immersive 360 view tour of the flight deck controls of an Emirates A380, the world's largest commercial aircraft. In another milestone for the Emirates A380 fleet, the airline announced that it will be taking delivery of its 80th A380 on the 21st of June, and it has a further 62 A380s pending delivery, of which 21 A380s will be joining the fleet this year. With over 1,400 pilots in its A380 fleet, the airline is hiring over 700 pilots this year to operate its expanding fleet and will be holding multiple recruitment events across the globe.